What is happening, my friends? I hope you're doing well. I hope you are staying calm amongst the chaos. If you're listening to this and it is anywhere near the second week of March 2020, then you likely know what I'm talking about. There has been worldwide panic and a global epidemic or pandemic declared, which I don't think is warranted. I'll send some more information your way on that in the show notes to this episode, which will be brianhardy.ca/coronavirus. And today, I want to share what have been the most insightful and impactful and clarifying pieces of information and research and discussion that I've been able to find in amongst the shitstorm of media coverage and fear-mongering and, in some cases, total denial, but really wanted to find what is potentially the truth in this matter, and more importantly, how can we respond to this with the most centeredness and groundedness and enhanced immunity. So in a previous podcast, Brian Hardy, which is found at brianhardy.ca/immunity pod, which details a Facebook Live that I did recently and lists a bunch of resources that I went through that I use personally and recommend for clients to support a natural immune response and healthy immunity. So that's there if you want to check that out. Today, I'm not going to talk about those things. This is just going to be about primarily two sources that I want to share with you that I found very, very resourceful and clarifying. So the first being from one of my favorite online teachers, Mr. Matt Kahn. Now, he has a whole book that's a fantastic read and practice that I would encourage you to check out. That's called Whatever Arises, Love That. That's his first book. And the other book that's more recent is Everything is Here to Help You. And I do believe that to be true. And so this Corona episode is definitely of the same kind. There is no such thing as a negative without a positive. The universe always has a divine order and balance, and so it's only our human perception that would tell us that that is not true. So with that, he released something on his newsletter and on Facebook. Again, this is Matt Kahn, Kahn. He released something that is one of his sort of repeat after me. I would encourage you to find this and actually go through it and repeat it yourself, but I'm going to do it for you and for myself, and repeat this as a bit of an affirmation and a declaration, which he is so great at creating. So this is from March 12th, I believe. Matt Kahn, Mattkahn. I love this guy. He's amazing. His YouTube is amazing. Check it out. Such a source of inspiration and loving, compassionate evolution. So let's just get into it. This is what he says for his post called From Coronavirus to Consciousness. Thank you, coronavirus, for being the wake-up call this world has needed. Even just the fact that I am saying thank you and coronavirus in the same sentence is already helping me dissolve spiritual superstitions that claim I'll manifest what I speak out loud. Of course, such fanciful thinking could only be the inner workings of fear disguised as spiritual concept. And if I needed this type of pandemic environment to fully wake up, then so be it. Thank you, coronavirus, for the mindfulness being instilled in so many beings. As we wash our hands, may we cleanse our realities from broken paradigms of corruption. As we explore more time for being than lifetimes of endless doing, may the world take pause from unhealthy habits of survival mode to explore life from a deeper state of peace, harmony, and oneness. As friends and families come together, may this bring neighbors and communities together in intended peaceful assembly as our new 5D Earth continues to be birthed in the glory of my awareness and presence. Thank you, gratitude, for showing me how to create relationships with the consciousness in all forms, so not to be hypnotized by the power I unknowingly give to things outside of me. Thank you, gratitude, for showing me that the power of my perception is stronger than any pandemic of fear. In knowing it is so, I allow all patterns, characters, and agendas of scarcity, victimhood, fear, abuse, survival mode, greed, and corruption to be cleared out of my energy field, returned to the source of its origin, transmuted completely, and healed to completion now. From this moment forward, as the co-creator of my reality, I command all power I unknowingly gave away to be swiftly returned to my energy field. I strengthen my immune system with higher frequencies of embodied integrated light, as I transmute the echo of unconscious form by acknowledging and praising the consciousness within it. Because the consciousness of all is the consciousness I am, I allow each moment of gratitude to return each form in view to the purity, holiness, and perfection of eternal light. Now that I am ready, willing, and able to step forward as the truth and transmission of Source in form, may this intention heal my being, uplift each circumstance, and transform reality for myself, my family, my relationships, my friends and neighbors, for humanity at large and beyond. Thank you, gratitude, for transforming coronavirus back into light. Thank you for reminding me the power that is always within me. And so I'm healed, transformed, and reborn as the light of consciousness I am now. So that's the piece. That's the quotation to read out loud. And I'll just read the ending little paragraphs. As we remember, the word corona means crown. We are undergoing a radical process to ensure the fabric of time remains accelerated to restore balance and consciousness in every heart. As each of us reclaim the power of our crowns, we are taking back the throne of heaven's kingdom from a pattern of imbalance and unconscious addictive cycling that was only designed by the highest consciousness to be the very catalyst of awakening, waking up within you. It doesn't have to be done with aggression or fear, but with the courage of your highest truth that relates to the consciousness in things, no matter how anything seems or appears. This is what it means to wake up from the matrix. If you are reading these words, I can confirm your waking up is well underway. Instead of fearfully interacting with uncomfortable feelings, physical symptoms, or scary news headlines, let us employ the power of gratitude to unite with the consciousness in each form, so to transform it back into light by honoring the value it offers. On behalf of the universe, the Akashic Records overseeing the Earth's ascension, and all galactic councils holding space for the awakening sovereignty of each sentient being, I am here with you every step of the way. Victory to the light I am now. All for love. Matt Kahn. Let that just settle into your nervous system. Let that settle in. You might want to listen to this again. And of course, I encourage you to visit the post and read it out loud for yourself. Maybe record it, such as I'm doing, and re-listen to it back, or send it to some friends and family. The more of us that maintain a calm, higher perspective within this, I think the easier it's going to resolve itself, and the less likely we are to fall into would-be traps or ploys or fear tactics that might be used against us. Which brings me into the next side of what I wanted to talk about, which is some information that was highlighted by Sayer G. Sayer G is the creator behind Green Med Info, a very widespread and well-respected and been doing this a long time, health educator in the natural health field. And he had a chat with Tom Cowan, who is a doctor and a biodynamic farmer and a student of spiritual philosophy. And it was a very revealing and awakening conversation. So they go into a lot, and they understand in depth the medical side of things and the viral side of things, and what's actually probably going on, which it seems is more likely a 5G electromagnetic storm that has been impacting the health and immunity of folks combined with who knows what kind of infectious material, man-made or not, we might be dealing with here. So I know this might seem like a lot if you are not in the spiritual philosophy realms or into some of the underground theories, although probably if you're listening to this, you are well acquainted with this kind of information. So I'm going to send you again at brianhardy.ca/coronavirus. You will find, or I might have said Corona podcast, whatever I said at the beginning, that's the link. You will find a link to that video. It's a video podcast that they did. It's about 40 minutes long. I'm also going to include a shortened version that Tom Cowan did, which is a 10-minute clip where he specifically just explains what he thinks might be more at play here. Not so much a viral issue, but an electromagnetic issue that has biological implications. So that is what I want to really leave you with, is a sense of hope, clarity, groundedness, and self-assuredness. And just know that my heart is with you. You can make it through this. We can all make it through this. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to buy some basic supplies, water for a month or two, or tools to get water, such as a Berkey filter or other water filtering device. Food, easy to store food, and not stuff that's, full of crappy ingredients that are going to make you less healthy, but things like protein powders, greens powders, fats that are very energy dense, coconut oil, butter, ghee, olive oil, any of these things, roots, potatoes, beets, onions, garlic, sweet potatoes, anything that's easy to store for a month or so, apples even, carrots, all these kinds of things. So definitely, and then freezing, stuff. Fill your freezer. If you don't have anything, put some fish in there, some chicken, some beef, some bone broth, whatever you got, load that thing up. And then rest assured that we are going to make it through this, and that you will find ways to continue to communicate, to continue to earn a livelihood, earn a living, to continue being supported, and to ask yourself how you can support others in this time. These are moments where we need to reassess and see what new opportunities to assist others might be birthing, might be opening up for you. Because with so much shifting and so much unknown, there is certainly ways and methods that you can support your fellow man and your fellow community to help everyone to get through this in the best way possible. So again, that's all I wanted to share. Go through, read Matt's passage there, read it out loud to yourself. Maybe read it every day for the next week so it really sinks in deeply. And please forward this to your friends, your family. Post this on social media. Tag me on Instagram stories, Facebook stories, whatever it is. Let's get this information out there. Let's get people tuning out from the mainstream media, which has a lot of fear, some important information, but mostly fear. And let's get people tuned in to what might be a higher perspective and a more realistic scenario in terms of what is actually playing out. And again, I'm not trying to minimize anything. My heart goes out to those in places that are locked down in a big way and people that are suffering and dying and being very affected. Italy comes to mind. That seems to be one of the hot spots in the place that we do not want to repeat what is happening there. So please keep your social distancing practices strong, but don't lose contact. Make phone calls, do FaceTime chats, do Zoom calls, get yourself outside into nature, breathe fresh air, get sunshine and grounding into your experience, and do what you got to do to stay as healthy and balanced as possible. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for being here again. If this is valuable to you, please consider sharing it with those that you care about. Please feel free to reach out to me and be in touch, because I am more than happy to support and share resources and share things that might be useful during this time. So my love goes out to you. My heart goes out to you. We are in this together, and we're going to make it through and grow stronger and more wise and more attuned and more sovereign, more free and powerful because of it. That I am sure. Okay, have yourself a great day, and I'll catch you soon. Ciao for now.